Well, good morning, everybody. Today I'm down here on the Hood Canal, and I'm going to be explaining to you why I believe that there's more good spots out there to be found than have been found. And I think there's a lot of them, but I'm going to explain why I believe that. And I'm going to start right here on the Hood Canal, and hopefully I can explain this this will be a large scale, and then I'm going to go up into the mountains and we'll get it onto a smaller scale, but you'll see that the same thing that's happening here is happening up there. So here I am on the beach here, and we have all of this rock here, and it's pretty much the same. The tide will go out there, and and this here is pretty much what you're going to find out there. But I'm a mile away. There's a river that flows into the Hood Canal right over there, and it's about a mile away, and I can go right to the mouth of that, and this is pretty much what I'm going to see. This is light rock. Every once in a while there'll be something of interest, just like here. I mean, there's a lot of people on this, so I'm sure most of the pretty rocks have been taken off there, but at one time there was probably, you might have found a jasper, an agate, maybe some nice quartz or something. But as you can tell, all the rocks, the bigger rocks, are about this size. That's maybe 1.5 pounds. You might get up to a 3-pound rock. Same thing out there. I mean, every once in a while on these beaches you'll find bigger rocks, but they may have came from the hillsides here, fallen off. They didn't necessarily come out of the river systems. Everything out of the river system is going to be this lighter rock by the time it reaches that point out there. And I've been out there. Very few people probably look for rocks here. If somebody's out there, they find they might be out there clam digging or getting oysters or even fish in the river over there. They might find a pretty rock and take it home, and that's probably all the rocks that were there. But yeah, there's just pieces of quartz. I haven't really seen anything of interest, but I really wouldn't expect it here because so many people come down onto this beach. And that's the thing with most beaches. It's one of the easiest places to rock hound, and everybody can get there. Now you see I'm getting bigger rock, but this is riprap that got put in here when they built the parking lot there. So now I'm going to go up that river over there, maybe a 1/2 mile, and I'll show you what the rock looks like in there. Okay, everyone, I've come up the stream. I'm about maybe a 1/2 mile from the Hood Canal now, up on this stream right here. It's flowing decent, but when we get up higher, you'll probably see that this stream has more water in it than it does right now, because I can almost assure you that many of the tributaries that flow into this stream right now are flowing that much water, and this here takes in a big area. What has happened when this stream comes out of the mountains up there, it hits this big glacial plain in here where there's a lot of glacial deposits, river deposits, and everything like that. So the water just seeps out into all of this rock that's underneath here, and there's just a big aquifer here. So this stream just loses its water right into the ground. Now we're a 1/2 mile up, thereabouts. You can see there's bigger rocks. Some of these are probably 10-pounders, and here we got a gravel bar, and this is where it all gets pushed out you know, when it comes down the stream here. And it's a mixture, but we're still seeing a lot of the lighter rock with a few other types of rock here. But there's a couple things going on here. One, there's a day use park right there, so a lot of people come down here and they probably walk this beach right here, and any pretty rocks are gone. So the only place that there might be anything would be out in here that, you know, somebody hasn't waded out and found. And it pretty much kind of looks like what I'm seeing up here. But yeah, there is a couple different things in there, but I haven't really seen anything that represents what's truly on this stream. So here you are, a half a mile upstream from the Hood Canal there, and you're not finding much. There's not enough here that would make you think I need to go up farther. But I'm going to show you that you need to go up farther. And it doesn't matter if it's a big stream like this or a small one, which I'm going to show you later. But yeah, but you can see the rock is just getting a little bigger, but the river itself is losing its power when it comes out onto these plains. So the bigger rock just doesn't really make it this far. Well, now let's go on upstream a little bit farther. Okay, I've come up the stream probably a mile and a half from the Hood Canal. You can look down in there and you can see there's much bigger rock, especially over there on that other side. There's 100-pound pieces. There's a big one right there. And what we are, there's this canyon coming out of the mountains, and the mountains are right there. There's a mountain over here, but right here you can see that this stream has twice the amount of volume that it did down a mile. And this is about the end where you're coming out of the mountains and you're starting out onto that glacial plain out there, but there's still quite a bit of glacial right here also. From this point up, I would start to expect to find things of interest. I just can't get in there because it's all private land. But you can see right here, and just a mile down the stream there, the rock's nowhere near this size. And as we go up higher, I'll explain more of it to you about what's going on. But right here, it starts onto that glacial plain. The rocks that we're usually looking for are heavier than these other rocks, not by much, but they are. So they start to sink once this stream starts losing its volume, and that's why you don't find much down below. But in here on up, I would expect to find something. So, well, let's go on up a little higher. Okay, I'm up the river, oh, I'd say maybe 5 miles from the Hood Canal. As you can see, there's bigger rock, and we're coming into this canyon. This water gets moving through here pretty good, and the canyon's probably 3 miles long down in there. And at the where I showed you the last, that was the other end, and most of that rock, well, it's kind of like this, but there was more that was smaller than this. But as you can see right there, that is a large jasper. That thing probably weighs close to 1,000 pounds. And in this part of the river, you're going to see many. That one there is actually small. There's much bigger. And as you go upstream, they get larger. So now, at the other end of the canyon, you had rock like this, you know, this same size, but it's light compared to that piece there. If you had a rock, the equivalent like that one over there, that one there's probably lighter than that one. It's just a little heavier. And when it gets down there and the river starts to slow down, these heavier pieces will sink out. And in here, you don't really see very much small jasper. It's all big. Down at the other end, you would probably find a few pieces if people haven't been on the stream. But this here stream, lots of people down below, down in there, so anything down in there gets picked up. So if you're down on the lower end, you would think, well, there's nothing on this stream, so I don't need to come up any higher. But that there just shows you that there is. And there's several of these on this stream for about a mile. I'm at the bottom end of where it kind of flattens out up here, and it starts into that canyon I was talking about. And you can see this hard rock. It won't be long. This one here is going to get shot out. But as we go up, I get up into the upper end of this. There's going to be big pieces. Now think about that. This is a large scale, and when I get to a small stream, I'm going to show you something, and it's going to be condensed. So now I'm going to go on up a little farther. Maybe I might see a couple more pieces like that. Okay, I just came up the stream maybe a quarter of a mile. As you can see, there's a gravel bar over there. The river gets pushed out a little bit farther here, and that's what I'm talking about. This is a zone where things slow down. I can see a jasper peeking its head right there that's buried. But so in this area here, I would expect to find more pieces. And as you can see, the hill back in there, probably in the forest there, I'd probably have to go back 300 feet maybe to find the hillside. Keep that in mind, because all of this out in here is nothing but probably river rock and some glacial till, and then some of the material that's sloughed off the mountain, which would be at the base. We would start the hillside there. So, you know, probably 300-400 feet back is where that hillside is. So anything coming off that hillside, probably not going to make it to the river. If it does, it's going to be once in a great while. But yeah, here it's just it's broadening out again, and there might even be less water flow here than there was down there, because all the water from out in there and here gets collected back and it starts back into the river system, because that's all hard rock down there. But here, I mean, these river gravels could be 20-30 feet deep right here. But now we're going to go up just a little higher. Okay, now at the upper end of this part of the river sweet zone, you can see the river's narrower, the water flowing a little heavier, and the only rock that you really see in here is really big rock. You will see big jaspers in here because they're just big, but anything that's smaller has gotten shoved down into that, oh, I'd say it's about a 2-mile stretch here of river that's just flattened out, and the rock will settle into that area before it hits that canyon. So you have a short little part of this stream that has good material on it, and the rest of it, you know, you would look at it and you'd say, well, I don't know, you know, there's not much here. So now I'm going to go up higher, and eventually I'll get to a small stream, and I'll show you a smaller version of this. And maybe it'll help you understand truly what I'm talking about. But yeah, you can see there's some big rock in here. I do see a small jasper over there. It got kicked out into the slower water. And if I probably got down onto this beach in here, I might be able to find something also. But I'm going to save that for another day. If you could tolerate this water, you would find some pretty good stuff in here and have an excellent day. Yeah, right there. That's a bigger one. It's got a lot of moss on it, but I can see that's probably, that might be close to 1,000-pound one there. But as you can see, it's just bigger rock. As to versus down there by the Hood Canal, it was just small light rock. Yeah, let's just walk this a little bit. This is a beautiful place up here. And, you know, I'm right alongside a road. And I get to look at beautiful rock, beautiful stream. And I mean, look at the size of that thing over there. But yeah, I'll head on up the stream farther. And eventually I'll get to a small stream. There's another one right there. Not a very good one, but still one. Yeah, thousands of pounds of stuff in here. Okay, I've come up the stream. This is as high up on this stream I'm going to get. But as you can see, big rock, rivers running through this channel, but the edges of the hill there are right here. So whatever's coming off the mountain here, you know, it's right there. Anything that's come off that mountain is probably only making it to this river every once in a while. Now I'm going to go up to a stream, a tributary, off of a tributary of this stream, and I'm going to show you something there on a smaller scale of what I just showed you. Well, let's get on up there. Before I get up there though, this is the upper portion in here, and somewhere up in here into the mountains, this stream here could open up like it did down below, and there could be areas in there where you find that sweet spot of, you know, lots of material. It could have the same conditions. So yeah, so you could just go up there and you could probably do the same. Probably nobody knows about it because it's up in there, and not very many people get up in there. Well, I got a mama grouse here. He's a little upset, but right up there there's a bunch of babies just along the side of the road there. So she's trying to keep me away from them. And they just hatched out. They are small. Yeah. I don't want to stress her out, but I want to continue down the road, so I'll just skirt by them as easy as I can. Yeah, way up there. Now, those babies are going that way. And now I'll go up there. Right there's one of them. See if I can get around it. Yeah. Yeah, I just came across a real good teaching experience right here. This road going down through here, they came through they've cleaned up along the side of the road here. Got some of the bigger trees, brush, whatever. And wherever there's been a stream, like right there, yeah, I'm parked right there, there's a stream, and it had been full of brush for several years now. They've cleaned it out. They've done that the whole way down through, and right there is a culvert. Anytime they dug a culvert, you know, they'll dig down deeper into the ground than what you're going to see here. This is all pretty much surface material, but when they dig a culvert, they'll pull that material out, they'll set it up on the side, probably right in there is where they did it, and then they'll put the culvert in, and then they'll take all that material and put it back on into that area, and then whatever's left over, they will grade down the road. So anytime you're within 100 feet, especially on the downhill side, because that's the side that they dug and everything, down in the, you know, like into this bend, there's a good chance that when they dug down there, they got deep enough to find good material and throw it out on that side, and it got bulldozed down this way. Right here, they reworked it, got all the brush off the top in here, and as we're walking up through here, we'll take a look, see if there's anything in here. Now, the closer I get, the more likely I might find something of interest. Well, nope, that's not. What else we got in here? I don't see nothing there. Nothing there. Oh, will you look at that? Right there. What do we have here? Oh, that's a beauty. That's a nice piece right there. Let's see if anything else is in here. But yeah, anytime they've been cleaning this here out, because they took material. There's another piece right there. It's not very good, but that's another piece right there. So that little indication there is going to tell you that there's something on this stream that's pretty good, and I bet you anything that probably got thrown from here, because it doesn't look like it was in the stream. All this other is good rounded rock. That is not, and it probably got kicked in right there, because it looks more like this material in that piece back here. But yeah, anytime, especially on the downstream side, when they put the road in, probably right where I'm standing is where they took the material out. I'm going to take that piece. That's a nice piece. That's about a 10-pound piece. So now I'm going to go downstream here where it meets the other stream there. You can hear it, and we'll go check what's going on down there. Okay, this is a tributary that runs into another stream about this size, and then both of those streams eventually flow into that stream that I've been coming up. Now this here is that little stream up there that I'm parked on, and you can tell very little of the water is making it to this point, and I don't see anything of any interest here, and I'm going to walk right up it, and I'll show you if I find anything interesting. But the likelihood of anything being in this area, pretty slim unless it's large. For one, there's a lot of river deposits, glacial deposits, and overburden coming off the hill coming to this point. Now this stream here when it floods back into the forest. I wouldn't be surprised if almost to where I'm standing there could be water. So that water is going to be coming down here, it's going to be hitting this log, and there's going to be a turmoil here, and it's going to kick it out into there. And that stream is running so fast during the flood times that anything that's 20-30 pounds, it's going downstream, and I would not expect to find it until the next gravel bar down there, or the second one at the tail end of it. So that's how you would kind of get an idea of what's here. You'd have to go down there, find a gravel bar, and probably at the tail end of it you might find what was here. And oh, this stream's getting low enough almost to hunt. There's good stuff in there. But now I'm going to go up here, and I'll show you how far you got to get up this stream before you find something. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of these streams like this going into these bigger streams. And you may come by this, look in there, and walk on by. But I'm going to show you why you don't do that. Okay, I was right down there. There's that stream. And right here, you can see that during the flood time, water from that stream came in here and added to whatever is in there. So anything that's under probably 10-20 pounds may have just got kicked out. So from that point up, I can look, and this is what's coming down out of this stream. But I'm probably, I don't know, 70 feet lower in elevation than where my truck's at, and it's up there, I don't know, maybe 200 feet. This here is sitting on glacial and stream deposits. I got something here that got jammed up in this root. I'm going to take a look at it. Probably about 100 feet now from that tributary down there. And the only things I've found in here so far is some deep red basalt. The basalt will be lighter, so that's an indication that there could be something up higher. I got to get over this right here. I guess I'll go up over there and get up above it, and we'll see what's up above. This here's kind of blocking, so maybe something got blocked up there. Okay, now I've come up, I got past that there. As you can see, there is no water at all in this stream bed. That is a real good indication that there could be something good up there. Because if you start coming back into water, that means that hard rock is closer to the surface. Here, all that water sinks out, and what happens even at flood stage, when that water starts to come down here, there's not as much, so it can't push heavy stuff. I mean, sure, there's going to be small stuff, but this is Olympics. We're always dealing with massive jasper, not small. The only time you find small is if it's gotten either busted off on its way down or beaten up in these streams for going for miles. But I can see water up there. So right in here, I wouldn't expect to find much, but shortly after I get back into water going up, I would expect maybe to find something, especially if there's a lot more water running up there. If there's anything on this stream, it's going to be up there. Okay, right there, no water. Right here, I'm starting into water. So just right in here, there's a lot of stream deposits, which kind of matches the contour of this hillside here. It could be glacial, stream, and overburden. So now I would expect that I might find something here or up above. I'm parked right up there, more than likely on the other side, but right here could be, because hard rock's closer And even if it's heavier material, gravity is going to make it roll out, and you know, maybe it'll show on the surface every once in a while when there's a big heavy storm, you know, them 100-year floods or whatever. But and now the difference between down there and what's on the Hood Canal is that you have this other stream, and it's taken away all the small material. So you have smaller material down there than what's here, but you don't get that real tiny stuff because the other stream took it away. But the same thing is happening here. Is you got the glacial and the stream bed down there, which is acting just like glacial, and your stuff that you're looking for is sinking down into this. It's there. It's just down below, and every once in a great while, a piece will make it out into that stream and go down in there, and that's so you will find it out there, but not very often. Okay, now I have this jumble of rocks, big rock, before I get to the road, and this is everything that's coming down that hill. This was the end that the stream or gravity or anything could push it. So you get this big pile of big rock. Just below it, you get this littler rock that's kind of made it through. So right here, but if I get up above and I get into an area where it flattens out like it did on that other stream, I should get a zone up there that's pretty good. I'm a couple 100 feet off the stream. The hillside up there's probably 1,000, 1,500 feet, you know, where it just comes down off the hill. So we'll just keep working up there. Eventually, because I found that piece along that culvert on that road, it tells me there's something up there. Okay, I'm at least 300 feet off that other stream. I got up here, I'm just below where they built the road, and there I finally see a piece. And that piece there very well could have got kicked out when they dug up the road. So, yeah, because it doesn't look as well worn as this other stuff. So, I mean, the culvert that they dug is right there, and they dug pretty deep, especially on this side. So, and that's been probably 80 years ago. So that piece right there very well could have been dug out of there and eventually made it this far. So now we'll go above the road and see what it's like. And as you can see, the water level here is getting deeper. So that tells me there's more bedrock underneath. Okay, I made it back up to the road. This is a stream. You can see there's a lot more water here than down there. And now you can see there's bedrock right there. Now we're going to get up above that and we'll see what's up there. Okay, I came up here. You can see there's kind of an incline right here, but then it levels out, flattens out. This is kind of like that river where you started finding some of that material. If it was this size, it would be right here. There's enough water to get it here, but I don't see any here. So we're just going to go up this way just a little bit more. It's kind of, there's a little bit of these, but it's kind of like this, and it's a zone in here. Just like this before you get to the hill. It's maybe 400 feet in here, and this is where I would expect to find jasper, because the hill's there. It would roll down into the stream and more than likely get lodged in here somewhere. Okay, right here, this is a jasper. Oh, it might be 80, 100 pounds. I don't know what quality it is, but that's right where I just was, right there before that waterfall. This is where
You can see 50 to 100 pound rocks are ending up, and then the smaller stuff is right out there. All the jasper that I know pretty much in the Olympics is massive, so this here would be a smaller piece. We'll just walk up through here, see if there's anything else. See, now you're into just a little bit smaller, but over here you're into bigger. And right here, holy cow, this is what we call humongous. This one here probably weighs tons, and it's right before there, down below. You can see my truck right there. Everything down below that though, not really anything other than got dug out of there. From this point for the next 400 feet, like right there, there's another one. Right there. That thing weighs probably a ton. And as you go up through here for the next 400 feet, you're going to find them this size and much bigger. I'm not going to go up in there. I think I've already just made my point. But once you get up there 400 feet, then it just stops. It's back to what it was down below. And that's because it's at the bottom of that hill. Gravity has pushed everything out to here into this zone, which is that same zone like down there where I showed you before. But there. And you say, well, this stream's unique. No, it's not. I can't tell you how many times I've come across little streams like this, and down lower, nothing, up higher, nothing, but in the center, below one of these hills, and there's a flat in here, you're going to find material. Might not be this size, but you'll find it. And then it gets down here to where it turns into the river, glacial deposits, and it kind of sinks out of sight. But here, the bedrock is close enough to keep these up out of the below. They're sitting up on top. So hopefully you learned something from this. And you know, you see a little stream like that down below and it's dry, walk up it. If it starts turning into water, you know, you may walk across something like this. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something, and hopefully my toe will heal up enough that I can get back out and search for stuff like this in other locations. Thank you for watching.